The bells of St. Peter's Basilica toll 33 times, one for each year Jesus walked the earth. The crowd below holds its breath. A white-robed figure lies still inside the apostolic palace.
The Pope is dead.
This isn't the end of a spiritual era. Behind the marble walls and golden altars of Vatican City, a billion-dollar empire is shifting. Power is changing hands. Vaults are being sealed, and somewhere in silence, a secret conclave is already preparing to choose the next king in white. So what really happens when the most powerful religious leader on earth dies?
What happens to the money, the power, the control? This is the untold story of the Catholic Empire's most sacred moment of silence and the storm that follows.
You are welcome to Dollars in the Door. Here, you will get insightful information about building a very successful lifestyle and balanced life all round. Remember to click the subscribe button and ring that bell for more updates before you proceed.
Tucked inside the heart of Rome is a city barely half a square kilometer wide, yet it commands the attention of over 1.3 billion people worldwide. This is Vatican City, the world's smallest country with one of the biggest influences on the planet. It has its own government, its own laws, its own passports, and yes, its own bank. The Pope is not only a religious figure, he's a head of state, a monarch with the keys to a kingdom built not by war, but by centuries of devotion, diplomacy, and unshakable tradition. But beyond the sacred rituals and centuries-old cathedrals lies something far more complex. A sprawling global empire of land, money, and influence, all carefully controlled by a spiritual CEO at the top. When the Pope dies, the Vatican enters a rare and sacred state known as sede vacante, Latin for "the seat is vacant." The papal ring is destroyed.
The Pope's private chambers are sealed shut.
His name is removed from prayers around the world. At that moment, Vatican City becomes a leaderless state, and the world's largest religious institution pauses. But only for a moment. Behind closed doors, the College of Cardinals gathers. Over 100 men in red robes, spiritual power brokers, tasked with choosing the next leader of the Catholic world. They enter the Sistine Chapel, where modern politics meets ancient ritual. The world waits. Black smoke means no decision. But when white smoke finally rises, it signals the beginning of a new era. Forget what you thought you knew. The Vatican is a religious headquarters and an economic powerhouse. The Vatican's powerhouse owns over 5,000 properties in Italy alone, including luxury apartments, iconic buildings in London and Paris, and even a palace or two. This empire spans continents, from prime real estate in Switzerland to investments across banks, bonds, and businesses. And at the heart of it all?
The Vatican Bank, officially known as the Institute for the Works of Religion.
A bank with nearly $5 billion in assets and a history. That's not exactly spotless. Over the years, it's faced scandals, cover-ups, and investigations. Millions mysteriously missing. Secret accounts protected by papal privilege. Even inside the walls of the church, money speaks. In recent years, reforms were promised. More transparency, cleaner books, honest stewardship. But with every new pope, the question resurfaces: how much power is too much? And who's really in control of the wealth of heaven? Every year, millions of Catholics drop coins into a basket believing they're helping the poor. This is PeterPence, the Pope's global charity fund. But here's the twist. Investigations revealed that donations meant for charity were sometimes rerouted, used to fund luxury property deals, bail out failing businesses, or plug holes in the Vatican's budget. All under the banner of goodwill. It's a story as old as time. Faith meets finance and transparency fades. Even as reforms continue, the mystery remains. What's sacred and what's strategy? What's next for the Catholic Empire? With the Pope gone, the Catholic Church stands at a crossroads. Its influence is shrinking in Europe, rising in Africa and South America. Youth attendance is dropping, scandals have left scars, and the world is watching. The next Pope will inherit more than a throne. He'll inherit a fractured flock, a global economy, and the pressure to reform an institution that's both timeless and deeply flawed. So, as the cardinals gather and the world waits for white smoke, remember, this isn't only about a new face. It's about a billion-dollar legacy, a global empire, and the silent war for the soul of the Church. The Pope is dead, but the empire remains. And as one chapter closes, another begins, written not just in gold and incense, but in choices, in power, and in faith. What will the next era of the Catholic Empire look like? And who will write it? The Vatican's secrets don't end here. Subscribe and join the uncovering.
You can also subscribe to our newsletter on our website at dollarsinthedoor.com to get more updates from us, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, X, and Blue Sky at Dollars in the Door.